Alright, yeah, welcome back to some more Magic Arena, and today we're going to be doing a little bit more Brawl, because it's obviously my favourite format and a new set will not change that. However, we're going to be playing with some of the Ikoria cards, specifically this wonderful one that, for those who've watched The Walking Dead, clearly it's Negan. That's Jeffrey Dean Morgan right there. Chevill Bane of Monsters, Golgari 1/3 Death Touch. At the beginning of your upkeep, if your opponents control no permanents with bounty counters on them, put a bounty counter on a target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls. And whenever a permanent an opponent controls with a bounty counter on it dies, you gain 3 life and draw a card. So essentially, what we're going to be doing is telegraphing what we're going to kill on our upkeep, and then killing it. And from doing that, we're going to draw cards, gain life, and draw into more removal, and rinse and repeat. So this is very much a control deck that starts off as early as turn 2, which is great, because if you drop down your Chevill, your opponent's likely put down a mana dork, like a Birds of Paradise, a Gilded Goose, or maybe a Paradise Druid. As long as it's tapped, you can put the counter on it. Things like that. And you get to start shooting them down. So bolting the bird is always a thing, so it's really definitely something you want to do as early as possible. But yeah, we're going to be basically killing everything our opponent plays while gaining card advantage and slowly progressing our board. And we progress our board while also removing things from our opponents as well. The big hitters that do that kind of thing are like Eugene, Liliana. All of these things add to the board while also removing things from the board. The Eugene's -3 and the Liliana's -4, for example. We've even got Kogla, the Titan Ape as well, 6 mana 7/6 that fights a creature. Again, if it's got a bounty counter on it, we can do that. And it also kills artifacts and enchantments as well when it attacks, which is pretty great. A little bit of a combo with Kogla as well is we can pay the 1 and a green to bounce a human we control to its owner's hand, and Kogla becomes indestructible. Our commander is a 2 mana human, which we can bounce constantly, so we pretty much always have an answer to Kogla there, whether it's protecting our Chevill from removal or protecting our Kogla from bad blocks and things like that. Either way, we're going to have some sort of interaction with Chevill. But yeah, most of the deck is going to be removal based. We want to really focus on the destroy side of things rather than the exile, because obviously when things get exiled with Chevill, it's not going to trigger the bounty counter side of things, so we want to focus a little bit more on destroy, but at the same time we do really need certain things that get around indestructibility and things like that. We do have like Erebos' intervention to give -X, similar to Find Finality, which is there. Find Finality, giving -4/-4. That allows you to get around indestructible just a little bit, but sometimes that's not going to work on like Planeswalkers and things like that. So we have Price of Betrayals to remove counters from things. We have Eat to Extinction as well, so we can kill Planeswalkers if we need to very badly. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of destroy things and draw cards, and as we're drawing cards, we're going to be progressing our board. We've got Vivian Monsters Advocate, this is a new one. It's not going to do too much on the passive, but I think a 5 mana 3 loyalty Planeswalker that just pumps out 3/3s constantly is going to be pretty good. We can use the -2 to a certain extent as well. We've got some big creatures like Kogla, which can bring out a Clackbridge Troll or a Cavalier of Night. So there is certain things you can do with the -2, but mostly I feel like this is going to be one of those things that we slap down when the board is empty, and we start churning out 3/3s while killing our opponent's board, stopping them from being able to block our 3/3s and slowly beat them down until we win. But yeah, that's going to be essentially the deck. It's simple enough. There's nothing special about the mana base. We want to have a turn 2 Chevill quite often, but we do have the odd colourless card in here like Cryptic Caves and Field of Ruin, because I think they're just quite important cards. Field of Ruin against Field of the Dead, of course, and then Cryptic Caves just draws you a card. You could probably do without this one, honestly, though, since our commander's all about drawing cards. But yeah, if you enjoy the content, then make sure to hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more Brawl content. It's probably the primary thing we do on this channel. And other than that, leave a comment for the engagement gremlins to snack on and all that jazz. Let's get to it. This video is brought to you by the generous support of our wonderful patrons and channel members that you see here. If you'd like to support the channel and get access to cool content like sneak peeks, bonus videos, polls on future content, or access to a personal deck critique from myself every month, then hit the join button below the video or check out the Patreon link down in the description below. With all that said, let's get into the gameplay. Alrighty then, we're in. And I like this hand. It's got turn 2 Chevill, which is not hard to pull off, to be honest, but it's there alright. And I think we're going to keep this one off of that. We've got lots of removal to follow it up with. We're up against Luros of the Dream Den. 3 mana, 3/2 lifelink. During each of your turns, you may cast one permanent spell with converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard. Alright, we're going to take this hand. We're going to say hello to our opponent, since they said hello to us. Hopefully they're not emote spamming levels of helloing. But we'll see. Question becomes, do we play Chevill now because they might play something next turn and we can kill it, or do we play Tome of Legends first and then just have the card draw that way? I feel like we just drop down Chevill. Let's just get him going. Get in there, Negan. Oh, Jeffrey. Jeffrey Dean Morgan. He kind of looks like my dad, in fairness. But less. My dad's a lot less muscly and a lot more couch potato. But, you know, is what it is. Alright, so we've got the ability to kill that token if we want. And you see, I'm not entirely interested in doing that. I kind of think I'll just swing through and see what they want to do. They want to let it go, I'm surprised. Okay, what do we mill over? Dead weight. That's annoying. That is annoying. Alright, well, I think we're just going to go and kill this token, because if we play Luros next turn, I'm not going to be able to put a bounty counter on it, which is something I want to do. I want to get it dead as soon as possible. So let's just keep killing their stuff. As we go, we'll Death Sprout the token next turn, I guess, if they don't play anything. Doom Foretold, alright. So theirs goes first, which is great. Command Zone. Do love a good Doom Foretold. It's always an absolute joy. So this is going away. The golden egg is going away. I think I'll just... they can always win on the Doom Foretold, so I just don't know if there's any reason to play anything. I think I'm just going to pass the turn. I'd rather discard than keep playing into that Doom Foretold that they can always beat. Because they can replay Golden Egg with Luros. So as soon as Doom Foretold's gone, I'll be happy. Ephemia. Alright, they're running right into Finality, which is fantastic. That's what I like to see. I'm going to take the 2. And they made some tokens. I think I'm just going to Death Sprout. Priest of the Forgotten Gods. Grab a Swamp. And then we will discard... Oops. Oh, great. They are BMers. Okay, I will discard Cryptic Caves. From there, I guess we could go Chevill. And then we've got Price of Fame open. That seems okay. He survives Fine Finality as well, which is nice. So there's Luros. Gonna go with Priest. Sure. I think I just save my Price of Fame here, because I'm gonna kill everything anyway. So, take 2. Have whatever you want. Get rid of that Doom Foretold so I don't ever have to worry about it. Okay, so that's never coming back. Easy prey. Take the action. Put some counters on Chevill. And everything dies. Bye! Bye then, opponent. You oops me. You get oopsed back. Overcommitting is not a good strategy. Cool, let's move on. Okay, we're in. We're up against a Clothis deck, which is going to be hard to interact with, since it's indestructible and an enchantment for most of the game. However, I kind of like what we're seeing here. It's mostly exile-based removal, but we can ramp early, I guess, with this Arcane Signet, and maybe our opponent will just show us some nice stuff for us to murder. Alright, so we've got nearly our entire top end, which is great. That's what you love to see. Is Dreadhorde Invasion a safe card to play here? It's tough to answer. I think it's probably not against the red deck that's got Scorch Spitters in. So, are they going to play Clothis next turn? Or are they going to remove Chevill? That's the question that I don't know the answer to. They've got nothing in their graveyard right now, so they're probably more inclined to kill Chevill first. So I think I might just go with an Arcane Signet, and then I've got our 4 mana spells open. I can play Chevill later. Especially since there isn't really a good target for him yet. You can only place 1 bounty counter at a time, so if I'm placing on Scorch Spitter, it kind of forces my hand that I need to actually kill it. Okay. Sure. Well, I guess now it's Chevill Jungle Hollow. Set us back a little bit there. So Chevill's gonna die, and then we'll replay Chevill. Or they play Clothis, I guess. Anax. Alright, well, that is worth killing. But I'm more likely... Actually, I can do Extinction Event on odds. So it doesn't really matter where I place my stuff here. We can exile all odd cards, and that leaves Chevill around. And then anything they replay next time can put the bounty counter down. That seems okay. It's a bit early for an Extinction Event, I suppose, but... still a 2-for-1. And the card that usually would get some value from dying has now been exiled and got no value, so that's pretty good. Play something that I would like to kill. Or not. Alright. Well, let's just play our land. Attack for 1, pass the turn. We've got our 6 mana bombs coming next turn. And I don't know if a Clothis deck can beat Garruk and Eugene. Not a creature, so it doesn't trigger Guardian Project. Unfortunately, I can't deal with it because I've got no enchantment exile. So I think I'm just going to go with Grunk, Cursed Huntsman. That's a removal source on board. It allows me to go wide. And it should get progressively worse and worse as time goes on for our opponent. The longer they don't answer that. Alright, so I hit you for 1. Now Chevill's the least of their problems, but they also can't really put anything on board to pressure Garruk, because it just dies. We have no graveyard synergy, to be honest, especially non-permanent based anyway. So them getting rid of that doesn't really matter. They should really get rid of like Arcane Signets, because we have Golgari Fine Brokers and things of that nature. Alright, so they managed to get a Questing Beast, which means they can take Garruk to 1. That gives me a target for Murderous Rider or Eugene, though. Which one do I want to go with? I think we'll stick with Murderous Rider for now. It gives me more options. Actually, let's do Garruk first, just in case they have something in response. I doubt they would, because they'd just killed Garruk before he had the chance, but you never know. Some players ain't that great at Magic, so you got to play around them not being that good. Okay. Permanents lost hexproof they didn't have. Casualties of War, that will win me a game. Let's not play into Storm's Wrath. by playing Murderous Rider, and let's just hold up and eat to extinction instead. There goes Arcane Signet. What does Garruk ult at? 6. He's almost at a point where if we had a Flame Sweep, we could actually ult Garruk off of a board wipe. As it stands, though, we've got... Well, we've got an easy block. We've got a 4-for-1 now on Casualties of War, depending on how they decide to take this turn. Domri's Ambush. No. You will not fight my Garruk, and you are dead. Okay. Alright. I was a little iffy about how that might go, but turned out our opponent was just the right amount of Durdly for us to get away with it, so pretty happy with that. Alrighty then, we're in, and I think this is a free mulligan. The mana base is a little awkward. The removal for what I'm assuming we're going up against is going to be a little bit awkward, so... Ugh, that's even worse. Alright, down to 6, and yeah, we're going to have to keep this one, unfortunately. Let's get rid of... Casualties of War, I think it's just going to have to be. Alright, so we need to draw a swamp off the top to make Chevill on turn 2. We're up against Brockos, Apex of Forever, a Sultai commander, 6/6. Has the ability to mutate onto other creatures, and that can be done from the graveyard, which means that Brockos will always cost the same amount to turn creatures into 6/6s. Yeah, so we're in a situation now that I'm not too pleased about, which is unable to answer what my opponent's doing. In a deck that really wants to be getting off to a good start, this is not a good start. We are going to cycle Easy Prey because it's really important we get Chevill down next turn. Kogler, and there's a swamp. Alright, fantastic. So, Chevill comes down. Need another swamp if we want a Death Sprout. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have removal. Alright, Brazen Borrower's not the worst. It's not too bad. Depending on the state of their board after this, we might go Vraska instead of Chevill. It's a tough call. I mean, if they have a legendary creature come down, then Chevill plus Price of Fame is okay. I think we'll have to go Chevill. Fiend Artisan's a really good target for a bounty counter anyway. There's Brazen Borrower. Okay. So they're going to hit us for 3. Are they going to go land Brockos? No, tap land, so no Brockos. And passing. Alright. So I think the first target probably... It feels like it has to be Brazen Borrower because of the flying. I don't really want a 6/6 flyer coming over the top. Although if I wait on it and they mutate onto Brazen Borrower, then I get the 2/1 essentially. Extinction Event's not particularly good here. So I could play a 3-mana spell that I don't have right now. So naturally that ain't gonna happen. I think I just have to pass. And if they go for Brockos, we have our opening. Interesting. So I think we're just in a Death Sprout Brazen Borrower here. Draw a card, gain 3 life, hopefully. Sweet. Let's go with a green source for Kogler. Yeah, Temple of Milady. And then a Benfid. That's unfortunate, actually. It means eventually we're going to have to put some counters on the mesmerizing Benthid. Do we just go with Kogla? Almost feel like we don't. Let's go Temple so we know what we're drawing. Deathless Knight. It's a repeatable source of creature power, but I think we need something better. We have Extinction Event on evens, but it kills Chevill. I guess it's just Kogla. Benthid's such a good target, isn't it? For Brockos. It's got hexproof as long as they've got these tokens. I guess I just have to put down a big body, to be honest. Let's kill this Fiend Artisan. And yeah, just pass the turn. What about a swing with Chevill? Trade Chevill off for Benthid or just one of the tokens? Yeah, I think that's fine. Otherwise, I just get some points of damage in. Iron Scale Hydra. Alright, well. That's also a pretty good damn target. Alright. I just noticed as well, this actually says it fights up to one target creature, but they had the creature fight Kogla, which is very King Kong-esque. I like it. Alright, so if we kill the Hydra, we're in a good spot. We'll probably have to like Heartless Act some of these tokens as we go as well. Perhaps we shall Vraska minus on a token. I've got to get them gone so we can interact with the Benthid. You're a 6, you're 2. We could actually do odds now. We get rid of the Benthid that way with an Extinction Event. Odds isn't too bad. Yeah, I think I'll take odds. Then we get to swing. If they block, then they lose their token, but we do have our Kogla being tapped for a little while, but that's totally fine. They've got nothing to actually pressure us other than maybe like a questing beast off the top. So, yeah, pretty good. And then at that point, they play down Brockos. He gets a bounty counter. We Price of Fame it, Surveil, and draw a card. We've got Cavalier of Night ready to go as well, and we're pumping up a Vraska. Pretty solid stuff. Alright, let's go for another game. Another Brockos commander. Okay. This one has no removal, but I'm pretty confident we can get there, and we've got a Dreadhorde invasion we can be growing in the time being. So I think we're going to take this one. It's not the best hand in the world, but I think it's perfectly acceptable. So if you skip past the original matchup, this is Brockos. Brockos can mutate from the graveyard. That's kind of the purpose of him. So he's a 6/6 trampler. You can turn this Gilded Goose into a 6/6 trampler, for example. That's his dealio. Alright, I think I'm just going to go with the Dreadhorde invasion for now. There's an argument, I suppose, to Chevill to kill the Goose next turn and start drawing cards. But we can wait on that. We could go Chevill Temple next turn or something like that. Maybe give our opponent an opportunity to play something off that Goose that's worth killing a little bit more. Order of Midnight. I actually still think the Goose is more worth killing. But I also really want to build up. Let's go Temple of Milady. I want to. Ooh. Is that worth it? It could be if they've got Planeswalkers. I think I'd rather have actual removal though. Yeah, I've lost my train of thought now. Could kill the Gilded Goose if they're thinking of ramping. If they ramp into something, then Chevill's got a better target anyway. Order of Midnight's just a 2/2 as far as I'm concerned, so if it means we have to take a little hit, You questing beasts. Yeah, you see, that's much more worth killing. So we're going to amass a little bit. We're going to put a counter on that questing beast. We're going to hope that we draw an answer to it. We do have Deathless Knight to block. It's technically an answer, I suppose. So now questing beast can't attack through without giving us card advantage. And if they wait too long, we're going to have casualties of war to do it anyway. Okay, so just take 2. And a Paradise Druid. I think this is where we go Vraska, kill Order of Midnight. It could be where they go Brokos, flying Gilded Goose, though. At that point, I do have Casualties of War open, but it's not a great Casualties of War. That's a tough call. Kind of think is what we've got to go with, though. I don't know if we've really got much choice.
It's time to step out of the shadows.
Yeah, so kill Order of Midnight.
I grow bored with this fight.
Forces them to either mutate onto the Gilded Goose with Brokos or push through the Deathless Knight just to get some combat damage in. I'm trying to grow my army token to a point where I can actually start gaining life with it as well. That'd be wonderful. Let's see what they do here. Yeah. As I suspected. I'm guessing they go after Vraska instead of my face. Yup. She's perfectly acceptable. Got a 4/4 token now, so we can block with that. So we're just going to go Casualties of War. We got land, creature, artifact. Creature is going to be Brokos. We're going to get rid of this Overgrown Tomb to cut them off black. Now we can swing in with the Deathless Knight. Probably swing in with Chevill as well, but I don't know if we want to do that. Could have blocked with Paradise Druid, but they want that black mana. Blood for Bones. Brings back Brokos. Okay. And then Order of Midnight. Yeah, of course. Order of Midnight back to hands. Hi, Liliana. You seem pretty good. Power 6, you say?
Your corpse will volunteer.
I feel like we've got a minus here. Let's do you and you. Keep Chevill. We'll gain life. The Deathless Knight will come back to our hand. We'll draw some cards. Got Extinction Event. Clackbridge Troll. Okay, that gives us some targets for bounty counters. Let's see what they can do. I mean, they've got Order of Midnight to get back Questing Beast. But by doing that, they take the turn out, and I can buffer myself a little bit from that. Alright, counter on the Krasis. We've got a murder for it. So let's do Deathless Knight to block Questing Beast from Order of Midnight. And then we will... We've got to hold it back, haven't we, to keep Liliana alive? We'll say pass the turn here. Hold up Murder. Most likely for Hydroid Krasis, but if they come in with a questing beast, then I might be more inclined to kill that first. We've always got Fine Broker and Affliction as well, though. Eat to Extinction. Oof. Okay, well, I think that means Murder is perfectly fine here. Get a Lockthwain. Goodbye, Liliana. That was one great way of getting rid of your boy. Easy prey. Easy game. So Fine Broker gets back Vraska. We can play Vraska. That seems good. So we'll play Vraska. We will swing with everything.
I leave bodies in my wake.
Take him to 8. We're gonna sack Deathless Knight. It's gonna go into the graveyard, then we'll gain 1 life and it'll come back to our hand. It's got haste, so we can swing through with that for lethal next turn. Good game. Don't think they can answer anything here. Yeah, they needed like finality, I guess. But then they go to 4, and we've got lots and lots of follow-up plays as well to make there, so pretty sweet. Let's go for 1 more game. Alrighty then, we're in. And we do have turn 2. Oop, that's me, sorry. Let me just mute me old phone arena. We got turn 2 Chevill, but we got no good removal. We do have Price of Fame for our opponent's commander, which comes down on 3, so that might actually not be the worst thing in the world. If we can get to any of these planeswalkers, we should be good. I'm going to take my chances with this one, actually. We'll see what we do. Alright, so Evolving Wilds, go grab a forest. And then we will pass the turn. Godless Shrine. Hello, opponent. So we're going to play Chevill down. If they play any kind of mana dork, then it's immediately going to die. Most likely, we'll see. Might not be a great idea, though, if they have, like, burn or 2 mana removal. But actually, with a Tome of Legends, look at that. Card draw. Good stuff. Tome of Legends and Chevill's pretty damn good, especially because you're constantly clearing the board. You're always likely to be able to swing through, and it also has Death Touch as well, which is nothing too terrible. So I think they're not wanting to play their Kalia here because they don't have an answer to Chevill. Oh, they've got a Price of Fame. Okay. Take that back. Just wanted me to tap out. That's okay, though. Already drawn a lot of cards from him. Just, that's where it ends, I guess. This is probably where Price of Betrayal doesn't look great, although if they've got Sarkhan, it's one way to get rid of him. Let's dump Fine Broker. It's a little too early for that kind of card, and we've got lots of gas in our hand anyway. So there's Kalia. We can Price of Fame Kalia now. And we use the Surveil so we can get Chevill back into play. Yeah, I'll just take all the lands, honestly. All the lands just keep leading into more and more powerful cards here. So they got Opportunistic Dragon. Ooh, they can steal my Chevill because he's a human. Interesting. I guess that would be fine. I'd just Murderous Ride it. They do still need another red mana as well, which they did not have. Alright, so Spawn of Mayhem is dead. Is this 3 mana? It's 4 mana. It's 3 on the Spectacle. Alright, so yeah, I think we're just gonna Murderous Ride. Spawn of Mayhem. Draw a card, gain some life. I don't know if our opponent can ever beat our deck. They're all about playing one big threat at a time, and we're all about killing one big threat at a time, especially creatures, which is what's happening right now. So yeah, I'm just gonna draw another card. And then I think for the purposes of brand new Ikoria cards, we're gonna lead off with Vivian, even though we can Liliana here. I want to play some Vivian. Let's get this lady down and going. So, tick up Vivian. Let's make a beast creature token with either reach... She's dead now. Okay, well, we've explored Ikoria a little bit today. Let's go with Vigilance? Yeah, I think Vigilance. Alright.
I'd like you to
Ooh, there's a Cavalier on top.
Stumpy.
That makes me want to play Cryptic Caves over Fabled Passage, so we can go grab that card, because it's very good. Opponent make a misplay there. Yep, Command Zone. Shouldn't have let me attack. So now I get a counter on Tome of Legends, I might as well just use it now. Can't pretend to have one colorless mana that matters. Aurelia, okay. And Murderous Rider. Okay. Easy Prey. I'm not so sure about this card, but the cycling makes it very nice. Do we just go Chevill again? Kind of feel like we just do Chevill again. Yeah, I think it's Chevill, Fabled Passage, keep that Tome of Legends going. Let's have Swamp. Because we got Price of Betrayal. Yay. Not so sure about this card. Not so sure about this one either, but we're here to test the new cards, right? Alright, Safara's dead. Gives Indestructible to other flying creatures, which is fine, because it's not going to last very long. And Mentors onto Murderous Rider. Heartless Act. Yep, let's just pass the turn. Alright, so that's dead. We're going to kill it with... Oh my god, maybe Casualties of War. Undecided on that one. There's so many options. So many damn options. Let's go Forest. Let's see. We don't have a Cavalier target just yet. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna do Cavalier. Cavalier, sack this token, kill your Safara, draw a card, gain 3. Got Acolyte of Affliction. Let's draw a card. It's a Jungle Hollow. Alright, so we're likely to be, I think, cycling this Easy Prey. It seems like a very bad card for us, honestly. Let's get rid of Jungle Hollow and... I'm still holding out for a Sarkhan. Maybe... Yeah, I guess we're just gonna have to dump the Easy Prey. It ain't that great. Spinning Wheel, okay. So very rarely see that card be good. Alright, they get to steal my Chevill. Which is fine, because I get to steal it back. It's going to be at the beginning of my upkeep, so I'm not going to be able to respond. And then still get the counter, unfortunately. But we're going to make that block there because it's nice and easy. Up to 22. Poly K. Poly K is very good. Alright, so... Heartless Act. Oh. There we go. Destroy a creature with no counters on it. Kill the dragon. Give me my Chevill back. Then we will, I think, just play Poly K. We could fight later with it, but it is just nice as it is. As a 6/6. Could also go Clackbridge Troll. Could see Liliana being a decent play. I guess it's probably just casualties of Wallet. What are we kidding? Land, creature, artifact. Kill Spinning Wheel. Kill Aurelia. Kill Castle Lochthwain. Swing for 4. Doesn't really matter. They swing for 4 back and we just kind of allow them. But there's a chance, I guess, they don't want to run through my Death Toucher. Nope. Fair play. Interesting. Alright, enough messing about. Let's go Poly K. Let's tap down the colourless. Fight Murderous Rider. Good stuff. Get a land for Price of Betrayal, and we can also draw a card, which might as well just do now. Ass Trophy. Good stuff. This is a long game, good lord. 30 to their 40. We've drawn 10 more cards than they have. That could all change right now. Well, not quite, but it could get close to changing right now. Bladewing the Risen. Okay. So we're gonna Vraska. Use our colorless again. Vraska kill Kalia.
Your bullets will make a nice souvenir. You want it gone? Don't flatter yourself.
Good stuff. And get in. Let's see. 4 mana after we tome. We want to leave open Statue, so I guess we're just going to pass. We'll tome on end step with Statue available. Yep. Reanimate a dragon. Gonna take Opportunistic Dragon to try and steal my Chevill, which will not work because we will statue you. And then I'll draw a card. Removal Tribal, my friends. It's very good. It's very good. Alright. Let's do Assassin's Trophy Blade Wing. Draw a card. Gain some life. And then we'll swing for 3. And I think I'll probably sack Pelucranos to Vraska. This is not going to do much for me right here, and then I can reset it with an escape as a much bigger threat later down the line. What have I got in my graveyard permanent-wise? Nothing that means I shouldn't just Liliana instead. Alright, pass the turn.
Help is easy to find in war.
This thing has drawn us so many cards. Destroy all non-land permanents. Okay, it's fine. We can recover from that. Command zone, please.
I am exhausted. Waste not, want not.
Oh, Liliana's Triumph, fantastic. Alright, so Acolyte. Use our colorless. Acolyte, get Liliana back. Play Liliana. Start making zombies all over again and pass the turn. Discard Overgrown Tomb. It's a matter of when they want to give up. There's Sarkhan. Alright, so now we've got the Price of Betrayal for that. We've been waiting on that one for far too long. Ooh, Sorin as well. Interesting. Do they have a 3-drop that they can get back right now? No. Okay. Well, we're going to ping Liliana. Just ticking up. Is this instant speed? Oh my god, it is. So we want to stop so we can immediately get rid of whatever they draw there. Right, so Swamp. We can kill one of the Planeswalkers now. So we're going to go after Sarkhan first. Actually, we only need to send one at him to get him killed. Passive doesn't do anything. Takes him to 4, and then we remove 5 counters from Sarkhan. Loyalty, please. He's gone now. Let's tick up Liliana.
Rise and shine.
Yeah, let's play Chevill. Let's tap our colours just in case. And then let's go to our opponent's draw step. Play Liliana's Triumph. If we own a Liliana Planeswalker, they also discard a card. So instant speed discard. Take them off for the turn. That needs to be an instant speed card in order to do anything here. It was a Deafening Clarion. Oof. That's a huge oof for our opponent right there. Okay, so they got the Kalia, which we can kill with a Murder. They got a Sephara. A Seraph, sorry. 1, 2, 3, not enough. Just keep Lily in check. So we're going to kill Kalia. And we're also going to kill Sorin while we're at it. Kalia dies. Actually, should do this the other way around because the way that it goes into command zone means that Chevill doesn't trigger. We could kill Sorin like this and put the counter on him instead and draw a card, but we're at 18 cards. I'm a little worried about us decking ourselves, in all honesty. Alright, let's tick up. Let's play Polukranos, I suppose. Land, just non-land permanents we want to keep. There we go. I don't even know if we've got any permanent recursion anymore. I think it's all in our graveyard or in play right now. And we'll play Leyline Prowler as well while we're at it. Alright. So Kalia comes down. We fight Kalia and do our thing. Hit 2 cards that time. 2 big cards, actually. Elder Spell. Bit late for that one, unfortunately. Let's make a zombie.
Putrid, but effective.
Land drop. Polukranos fight Kalia. Swing with the team. This has been a grind, but it's a grind I think we were always going to win eventually. And we'll just pass. We've got everything we need already. Opponent has the Angel to put themselves on 1. Which they can flash in, obviously. I'm going to fight that on end step. Which means they lose. So they avoided potentially having a top deck out of this, which I know they didn't have. It's not a thing they could have, I don't think. Their only out really was this Ruinous Ultimatum. Good game. And they've already played it, so Yep, swing with the team, and that'll do it. Alright. Pretty good. So, I think the verdict on this particular list is that it's pretty good. I think the only downsides of this deck are against other matchups with heavy card advantage. I'm talking about Niv Mizzet here. I think that's pretty much a bad matchup. But I feel like Niv Mizzet decks just win when they get to turn 5, which is really interesting and, you know, just an absolute joy to anyone's day when that happens. But yeah, as long as they're running like a creature or planeswalker-esque deck that's very much focused around putting permanents into play and winning that way, I feel like we just don't struggle to win at all. Like, I feel like this is just pretty good for that. Yeah, just playing Negan is pretty good. We've got a pack, actually. Let's open up a pack. It's Ikoria. What do we have? Ooh, it's Serta, the Dawnwaker. It's got a cute little bark to it. It's so nice. There's also Mastery Pass stuff. I didn't know there was Mastery Pass stuff. I don't know if I'm buying the Mastery Pass this time. But I've got a Mastery Tree thing, which I'm not going to use, because honestly, these card styles are awful. I still redeem them, but I redeem them in hopes that eventually they become nice. And I don't think they ever will. I think it's kind of just, I don't know. It's a pipe dream to assume these card styles will ever look good. They're just so bad. But I don't know. It's just me, I guess. Personal preference and all that. But yeah, I'd recommend checking this deck out. It's a lot of fun. It does very much run on a reactive style thing, but I feel like it's pretty great getting down a turn 2 commander as well that does its thing immediately. I just really enjoy it. Got to be careful with the bounty counter. Obviously, certain things benefit from having bounty counters on over others, and it's not a May ability, so you always have to put a bounty counter on things. And we do have a couple of cards in here that, one, don't actually deal well with counters. Running the new, what was it? Heartless Act. This one doesn't allow a Chevill interaction, so it's a nombo with our commander, but it's also like one of the best removal spells in the format, so there's literally no reason not to run it. Even though Chevill can't, stops you from killing certain things. Easy Prey, wasn't too sure about. You could probably cut that one, but it's just one of those nice killer mana dog things in the early game, and a cycler later on if it's not too useful, so honestly, I think on the cycling value, it's pretty good. Other than that, though, I don't know if I've really got any complaints about the deck. It performed very well. Price of Betrayal was a bit iffy, but I think there's situations where it's good and situations where it isn't, to be fair. We can also use this to remove the bounty counter if we want to reapply something as well, so that's something to keep in mind. But sorcery speed means it's a little bit slow. But yeah, if you enjoyed the content, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment down below for the engagement goblins, and let me know what you think of the deck. Other than that, though, hopefully you've enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.